they better find mine funny.
But they forget that, though. They really forget that. They forget that but it's your view. That's why they didn't fire her.
Yeah.
Because that her viewpoint is
it's
controversial.
Her view.
It's
that's the view she sees.
Right.
Everybody is clear to her.
They did the reaction to
cellophane.
they did the reaction to the Chris Rock Oscar, and they were talking about Stacey Dash, and I don't think she agrees with Stacey Dash, but she pointed her out as somebody who has an opinion that's just different from everybody else's.
Her opinion is just stupid, though. Stacey Dash she's like a Dash. Let's just move on.
I think she's intelligent, but her
You're still going.
opinion.
We're gonna move on. Stacey Dash doesn't need to be talked about. She's irrelevant.
You said her name like 3 times already.
She's irrelevant.
I said it once.
Dash. Dot. So I couldn't have meant that more. She is so irrelevant. I'm not even gonna say her name. But we're here every Tuesday, and we talk about people just like that at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monty from Talk Lately. I want y'all to sit back and listen to this flashback. We be tripping.
I mean, really, but I mean, he might have. I got him maybe jacking her up.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Do yourself a favor and listen to this hilarious flashback on Charm City Direct Radio Show.
You know me. I eat like this all the time. Do I gain any weight? No, at all. You can have my belly right now. I'm giving away body parts. Somebody said they need a butt. Somebody said they need a butt.
I can use a little extra tissue there.
I can pop it. Right now.
He out here giving out butt cheek donations.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, the magical glow getter herself, Anissa Maureen, co-host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Catch me and the rest of my team every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Time for flashback.
Now, I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was just
the long one, right? You know. But it's always something that you can
go ahead, Melissa. Can you recollect any signs that you might not get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
They're Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he f***ed his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the nerd. How they bust? But show how they bust.
And then want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f*** is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, yeah, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F*** out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this pussy big baby. You in? I got that good. Nasty bitch. The shame.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show.
Focus on the word take for a moment.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, when I begin to just, think about take. Mm-hmm. When you taking something, yes, we think about the possession and grabbing hold, but when you taking something on, you're capturing it, you're securing it, and you become impregnated.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey guys, what's up? It is Monday. It's Monday. Hey, can you see me? Can you see me good? See me? Welcome. It's Just a Bit Outside Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Keisha, and I am very happy to welcome back my co-host, former resident of Nambia, by way of Kofefe. Mark Foster, man. What's going on, man?
Finally, the Mark has come back to Just a Bit Outside.
Welcome back, man. We missed you, man. I mean, so how's the neck? Everything going good?
It's going good. It's going good. I'm not drunk, walking like I'm drunk anymore.
All right.
Starting to get some feeling back in my hands.
Yeah. So you got a nice little fresh shave.
Yep. Done just today, just for the show. Radio.
All right. That's right. They can still see you. So, lots of things going down that went down in Baltimore this weekend. I don't know if you guys remember last week we were talking about Comic-Con that went down at the convention center. I know you are a big comic book fan, superhero fan.
Oh yeah.
Did you have a chance to check it out, or?
I didn't go.
Yeah.
Technically, I wasn't supposed to drive for 2 weeks.
Right.
I stayed pretty true to that. I started driving around my neighborhood the last few days just to kind of get used to driving again.
Right.
So I didn't want to, chance it by going too far out of home base.
Word up.
But I've been in past years, and it's always a good time.
Yeah. Last week, Howard and I were talking. They had the original Wonder Woman down that joint. Linda Carter. Right. So if anybody went to Comic-Con, shout it out on the thread. Tell us how it was. We also had the Baltimore Book Festival, which I did, in fact, attend on Friday. And, it was just a really beautiful weekend in Baltimore, weather-wise. And, the book festival really benefited from that. The live music was great. A good friend of mine, my best friend, actually, Shannon, she was bartending down there. So the drinks were plentiful. And
cheap.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hey, plentiful. And lots of got a chance to talk to a lot of vendors. And it was really a good time. Really a good time.
You said the weather was nice, but that bitch was hot.
Yeah, it was.
Yesterday, I think.
It's hot today. I mean, I was walking around today like the
Summer's
hell.
like, I don't care if you changed on Friday. I'm still making the last gasp.
Yeah, go home, summer. Go home. There was a lot that went on last week as well. The first thing that I really want to talk about is the passing of a legend, Bernie Casey. You guys got to know who Bernie Casey is. If you're not recognizing the name, you will definitely recognize the face. Eric, you throw that joint up. Bernie Casey, he was basically this NFL star who turned Hollywood star.
And I will freely admit, I always knew him as an actor. I didn't even realize he was NFL until his passing.
Yeah, okay. And that just speaks volumes about, how awesome his acting career was.
Absolutely.
He played wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. He also played for the LA Rams. And he even was selected to go to the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
As a 49er. And, as Mark said, he had a very impressive acting career.
Amazing. And it goes back to the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
And he was in quite a few of the blaxploitation films.
Yep.
Cleopatra Jones.
Yep.
I didn't even know he was in that till I was researching it. I mean, that's almost like an iconic movie.
Right.
Of that
right.
Era. And as time went on, he had such iconic roles that one of those actors, like they call him a character actor. You see the face, you may not know the name, but you're like, oh, I know that dude. He was in XYZ movie.
Right. He did a lot of work with Jim Brown, who was another football player turned actor. I mean, it just seems like during that time period, it was a lot of that going on. Was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was that 70s or 80s? I think that's more like 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s, yeah.
Yeah. And, Bernie Casey worked with a lot of people. I bet this is one thing that you did not know, which I didn't know and kind of blew me away. He worked with Sean Connery on a Bond film. Right. The film Never Say Never Again. Yeah. So, which is probably the sequel. I'm not really a big Bond person, but I'm guessing that was the sequel to Never Say Never. Is there a Never Say Never?
I don't think so.
Oh.
You know, the Bond movies, they just got new titles for everyone.
Right. I'm like, this sounded like a sequel to me. Like, Never Say Never Again. Oh my gosh, yo. He was also in all 3 of the Revenge of the Nerds movie.
3 of the 4. He skipped the second one.
He skipped the second one. Okay. And I didn't know that either. I haven't seen Revenge of the Nerds in a very long time. I'm going to go back and watch them joints.
Not only is that obviously an iconic movie of the 80s.
Right.
But for me personally, the first one, it was actually filmed at the University of Arizona. And
really?
As a kid, I was pretty young back then, but I kind of remember it going on and it being a big deal when the movie premiered. So Adams College is University of Arizona. But yeah, he was a chancellor in that, I think. And I think for me, that's probably one of the earliest roles I remember him from. But one of the roles that I remember him most for was Mr. Ryan in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Excellent Adventure, yes. Yes.
I was going to fail Ted.
So would you say, I was going to ask, and I'm going to ask you guys too, like, what is your favorite Bernie Casey movie? I mean, there's so many to choose from. I have a feeling what would be the popular answer, but I mean, what would you say is your favorite Bernie Casey movie?
Like I said, the one I recognize him most for is Bill and Ted, and that wasn't like a huge role, but that character, it was a great character for his role, and it really spurred the plot of the movie. So I'm going to say Bill and Ted.
Okay. My favorite Bernie Casey movie is I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I mean,
I forgot he was in that.
Yes. See?
Keenen Ivory Wayans' directorial debut.
Yes, that joint was hilarious. That was like one of those back in the day movies. You know, this was like during a time when, like you said, we were both like kids.
Yeah.
For real. And you know, you just always remember how hilarious that movie was when it came out, even though you were so young and you didn't get to pick up on everything, but then you go back and watch it as an adult and you're just like, man, that joint was awesome. Let's move on to our, I am really starting to love this segment every week, our WTF segment. So our WTF moment of the week goes to number 45.
And I have a feeling we could talk the entire show about this.
I really hope that we don't, because I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna go. I'm kind of afraid, but I'm just gonna say this right now. You guys want to, if you want to comment or you want to debate, keep it tasteful, keep it respectful, and that goes for both sides. I have no problem cutting y'all off. My cut game is serious, and I already got Eric locked and loaded. But let's get into this number 45 and his statements that was heard around the nation. You want to kick off the statement? Or?
He took the coward's way out, I'm going to say, too. He, at a convention last week, made the statement, if I was an owner in the NFL, instead of just saying, this is what I'd say, the owners should say, get that son of a bitch off the field, you're fired. If they kneel or otherwise protest during the national anthem. So obviously, right there, you're saying son of a bitch, calling these players. Each team has 53 players, you got 32 teams. That's a lot of people.
52, 32, that's like over 1,500 people.
Yeah.
And, this is another point that I think kind of gets lost in this. as the leader of the free world, first of all, what kind of language is that?
Yep.
Second of all, not only did you disrespect the NFL players, you disrespected the mothers of the NFL players. I haven't really heard too much about that. Like, you know, I mean, honestly, this guy is the most classless, juvenile thing to come. I mean, honestly, to come through the White House.
You know, he also put it up on Twitter, the message.
Mm.
And Colin Kaepernick's mom, I can't remember her first name right now, but she actually did respond.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a tweet saying, "This is one proud bitch."
Mm.
So she acknowledged what he said.
I know that's right. Hey, did you say we have a caller? She's still on? Hello? All right, I guess they walked away. Let's see if we can get them back. Yeah, so... Oh,
what up?
You got the caller? Hello?
Keith, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Caller, who do we got here?
We got your girl Ange, a.k.a. Defense Diva.
Angie, the Defense Diva. What's going on, girl? And where you calling from?
Well, I am calling from New York City right now, but I am a Baltimore native.
Okay, all right, already. You down with the Ravens flock?
So, I don't know about you, but I am mentally exhausted over the last few days dealing with, like, these trolls on Facebook.
I would have to agree with you on that. I spent a good deal of the weekend battling people I don't even know.
Oh no, mine were people I know. I found out a lot of people that I thought I knew are racist. And I missed the beginning of the show, so I don't even know if you touched on this, but I mean the whole thing with taking the knee with the anthem is just, I'm just appalled that people are so mad at this. Like, I just want to make some key points if I can real quick.
Absolutely. Go for it.
So, okay. First and foremost, let's talk about what everybody does when the anthem comes on if they're home. They're sitting on their ass. Or if they're in the stands. Or if they're in the stands, they're drunk and screaming. And if we want to be called, offensive for taking a knee, then I'm sure every Baltimore fan is probably offensive for screaming out, "Oh," if we want to get all technical.
Right.
That's the first point. First point. Second point is, let's we want to talk about the respecting the veterans. Let's respect the veterans here. Oh my God, these veterans, they're so upset. These veterans fought for us, one, to be able to choose whether we want to stand or kneel, and second of all, this country doesn't give a damn about the veterans, because if they did, they would take care of them. They wouldn't be homeless. Yes. They wouldn't have post-traumatic stress disorder. They would be able to get help. But we're all appalled about players taking a knee, when we should be appalled that we don't take care of our veterans that put their life on the line for this country.
Hey, I feel you, and that is another brilliant point.
And last but not least, them taking a knee is not protesting the flag. Them taking that would be like Rosa Parks when she didn't want to sit on the bus, was protesting the bus. They don't get it. So
hey, I love it. I love it all. I love everything that you are saying. I am here for it all, Defense Diva.
And then then to switch it up real quick, because I mean, and I should put it out there. I'm white, but I'm raising a black son. I'm raising a black son. So because these people out here, they want to sit there and talk. They don't have to have the conversations that I have to have with my son. You know what I mean? They don't have to get the phone call from their son talking about, "I just got pulled over. I don't know. I'm scared out of my mind." They don't have to deal with that. That's why we're taking a knee. We're taking a knee because the pervert that sexted an underage white girl gets 20 months, but the guy that killed, I'm sorry, I'm so upset I can't even get it out. But
take your time.
Trayvon Martin was killed, and his killer walks free.
Yeah.
What sense does that make? That's why we take the knee.
Absolutely. And I think you are making a very good point of, let's not lose focus here. let's really, focus on what this is really about. And it's basically racial injustice. Has nothing to do with the flag, nothing to do with the vets.
I saw something and I posted it. I don't know if I posted it or I was about to post it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, he quoted this. He said, what we should be horrified at is Americans, it's not that Kaepernick choose to remain seated during the national anthem, but nearly 50 years after Ali was banned from boxing for his stance and Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised fists, caused public ostracization and numerous death threats, we still need to call attention to the same racial inequalities. Failure to fix this problem is what's really un-American here. We're still dealing with this, 50 years later.
Yes.
And still get the same reaction from it. So this will continue to go on until we until we find a solution to the problem.
Angie, I love you. I love it all. I mean, I feel like Mark and I have nothing else to say right now. Are you auditioning for a segment?
So if we want to talk about if we want to talk about football real quick, I also think that Trump fucking cursed. Oh, can I cuss on here?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Okay. I feel like Trump cursed the NFL because what the hell happened yesterday? Not only did the Jaguars blow out the Ravens, the Bears beat the Steelers, the Vikings beat the Bucks with a backup quarterback. A backup quarterback. Let's let that sink in.
Yes.
They beat the Bucks with the backup quarterback, and then the Jets beat the Dolphins. Really?
Yeah.
The Patriots could barely beat the Texans. The Texans were what, 0-2? Come on now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's not done yet. The Bills beat the Broncos, who were 2-0. Yeah. The Packers needed overtime to beat the Bungles. I call them the Bungles, but we all know they're the Bengals. The Bungles.
Right.
And last but not least, what was that last night? The Deadskins? The Deadskins?
Holy crap, I know. That was very disappointing. That was just as disappointing as the Ravens getting their ass whipped in London.
The only good thing about yesterday is that the Steelers lost too, so it's like, it's like it never happened. So our whole entire division, so it's like a wash. It didn't exist.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We still on top, baby.
Right, we still there, and we play the Steelers this week. And
I was just about to say, I hope you call in next week for the show after the Steelers game.
Yeah, so definitely, and I'm a quote my dad, rest in peace. But he would always say, "We got them right where we want them." Because I personally like to be the underdog. When they talk all this good stuff about the Ravens, I hate it because then we never perform. So no, they're not expecting us to play good this week. They're not going to see it coming, and that's how I like it.
Hey, that's what's up, girl. Hey, listen, thank you so much for calling in and giving us your 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. Girl, you're welcome to call back anytime. I hope we talk to you next week, yeah?
Yeah, you will. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, love you, baby.
Bye.
Yeah, so.
Fired up.
Right. So, well, Angie took us straight to commercial, going off, rapid fire. Y'all, don't go anywhere. We're going to talk a little bit more about this Trump situation, and then we're also going to get a little bit into the Major League. They got to start protecting their fans, yo. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Couple minutes left in the segment. Sure. Change is good. Yes. Knowing when to make that change in your life. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important that you know a strategy. You know where you need to go. But change is good. Everything don't stay the same.
Right.
And if you're a person, especially for old people that can't accept change, then it's kind of hard.
Right.
I was going to a church. I'm gonna make this real brief. I was going to a church that could not. Some older members. I attended the second oldest black Presbyterian church in the country. That's one. And why are you laughing?
Yeah, it's bad that you even knew that.
And that's a soundbite. Yeah. So
thank you, Eric.
we would play certain music, and we implemented a lot of equipment or instruments like drums and piano, and the style of singing changed. And two people out of the congregation, after the service, they would go up to the pastor, sit down, and say, "Hey, sit down. Let me talk to you." And they will critique each song in the service every week, and it was change. It was evolution. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
And they could not begin to accept it. Like, they are used to the traditional hymn.
The Negro spiritual.
Yes. Not only that.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. Okay, so when we left off, we had our WTF moment of the week reveal. And of course, I mean, you couldn't, there's nothing else going on that would make you say, what the fuck, other than 45's comments on the NFL players and calling them sons of bitches and whatnot. We just had a wonderful call with Angela, defense diva, totally went in, touched in on a lot of good points. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that, Mark?
I think just to further her point, when Kaepernick first started these protests, he made very clear that it was about the police brutality, the murder of men. You know, they're in custody, they're being questioned, they're in a chokehold, they've not been tried, they've not been, sent to court. And there's a process in this country for that. And there seems to be a problem with the police murdering. You can't just say black men, because it's Sandra Bland, and then there's women too.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that they don't kill white people, Mexicans, anyone else. It happens, justified or not. But this is the reason for Kaepernick's protests. And the people on the quote-unquote other side, they're perverting it to their own means to rile up their people. They are not acknowledging the reason for the protests, period. They choose to tell you it's disrespectful to the flag, it's disrespectful to the anthem. Well, that's why Kaepernick chose during the anthem for exposure, to be seen and be heard silently.
Absolutely.
And if the people that criticize that want to be taken seriously, acknowledge the reason and open a discourse as to what is going on. You can disagree with the protest all you want, and I will actually defend your right to do so, because you have a freedom of expression in this country.
You are entitled to your opinion, just like we are entitled to ours.
But acknowledge the reasons why and don't make it your own.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I'm going to be honest. It was really disheartening to see so many Ravens fans taking offense to what happened in London yesterday. And honestly, I think it was absolutely fantastic. Here you are on an international stage, and you basically had, I think they had the best turnout as far as demonstrations that went down yesterday. I believe it was over 20 players.
Something like that, yeah.
And it pretty much looked like our entire defense was out there taking the knee. And
Ray Lewis.
Yeah, and Ray Lewis was
double kneed.
Double kneed. I don't know what we got to call that Lewison. I don't know. I don't know what the hell bro was doing, but I just feel like he always gotta go the extra mile. You know what I mean? Like, what better way to go the extra mile with taking one knee is just taking two knees.
I'm going to find this picture when I can during the show sometime and post it to the show page, but who's number 23 on our team? Shit. I can't
23, that's a running. Oh, no, it could be a safety.
Safety, I think.
Yeah, it could be a safety.
Is it Webb? No.
I think Webb's 22.
20, yeah. Anyway.
Number 23.
We'll figure it out. He's kneeling, and he's next to Sizzle. And Sizzle's looking at him. And 23, while kneeling, has his hand over his heart still. And that's like just a poignant image that really exemplifies what this is about. He took his knee, he made his voice known, but he also showed his respect for his country and the anthem. And that's exactly what it's all about.
And honestly, I got to give a shout out to all of the players who took part in demonstrations, black and white. You know, I was watching Howie Long yesterday, and he made some pretty profound comments on the morning show yesterday. He started off by saying that the league, and this is a fact, is comprised of 70% African American players. That is more than 2/3. And he said, by playing in the NFL, it gave him the privilege to be in a locker room and to develop relationships and special bonds with African American players. And by doing that, he was able to see things that maybe the average, no, I'm not even going to say maybe, yes, the average white American does not see. How to talk to your kids about racial issues. How to talk to your kids about racial profiling. Fears of, your child, yourself, just navigating through everyday life. So he said, by having that experience, he was able to appreciate the perspective of these demonstrations. And I just really felt like, that was a powerful thing to say, because a lot of these people out here who are so adamant, who are so against what's going on, they don't even have exposure. And to be honest with you, they don't even have exposure. And I would bet, what is that, dollars to donuts? Is that what they say? I bet dollars to donuts that they've never had any interaction with any black people. I mean, honestly,
not on a personal level. Like
not on a personal level.
They
Yeah,
might work with someone, see someone every day at the grocery store or something, but that's not a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very blessed in that I grew up in a neighborhood that was largely Hispanic.
Mhm.
You know, I grew up on the south side of Tucson, Arizona, which is like the south side of Chicago.
Mhm.
Not a good part of town. One of the very few white families there, and I guess I've got to say respect for how long I had that personal interaction. So I've never had it.
It's a good thing. Hey, you guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna talk Major League Baseball. Fans are getting knocked the bloop out. Don't go nowhere. Shots fired!
I said he's dead.
Oh, 6 years after he passed away.
It states she reportedly had heard rumors, but nothing substantial. But then you put the rumors to
while
death.
they were still married.
You sentenced the rumors to death.
While they still were married, she heard rumors.
Right. Or probably all her life she's heard rumors. Like you're dating, you know you're dating your dad, right? I look just alike. I'm like, girl, somebody told me you dating your father. You know, that's what kind of thing. You know he gay, right, Percy?
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
It's time for a flashback.
Now, I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
It's just the one you had. That was just
particular one, you know. But it's always something that you can
Go ahead, so can you recollect any signs that you might not get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he f***ed his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the nerve. How they bust? Let me show how they bust.
And then want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, and you know, shake it off real quick. But you crying? F out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause maybe this pussy make that. You in? I got that good nasty bitch. The shade.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. I've missed saying it the last couple weeks, but we enjoy being with you each and every Monday. And I want to throw a special shout out right now to James and Howard, who came in and helped out Keisha during my absence. I enjoyed listening. Actually, that first Monday I was a little bit out of it because that's the day I had surgery, and I was in and out. But I did watch the show back the next couple days, and Howard, Howard, you can come back. Like, I mean, Jimmy, you can too, but Howard, man, that sucker with all that Ravens trash talk. Yeah, and he's lucky his Packers won yesterday.
Oh my God, yeah, and he predicted well, I mean, this is no surprise, but He predicted the Ravens to lose. I think we got a couple of comments. Do we want to shout those out?
Yeah. Our caller, Defensive Diva, she gave us the name on number 23, Tony Jefferson. He is a safety.
Yes. Thank you.
Already has 17 tackles and 1 sack. So he's putting production out there. We also have Tyra Marie. When we were talking about Ray Lewis being on his knees, she said that he's used to being on his knees.
Shots fired. All right, thank you for that, Tyra. You know, I know this girl. She's another funny one. I mean, I'm telling you, this girl is salt mouth. But do we have any other comments? Somebody said, "Welcome back, Mark."
Yeah.
Trisha,
co-worker, really good friend. So I know we got some people watching. She also chastised me for not having my neck brace on, and I wore it the solid 2 weeks like I was supposed to, and then started today really trying to go without it. And so far the neck's holding up. So,
all right,
feeling good.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's talk Major League Baseball. We had 2 incidents that went down last week in the major leagues that I felt like was worth discussing and would be a pretty good topic. And it's about fan safety. Okay? Now, like I said, there were 2 incidents that went down. The first incident was, I believe it was last Wednesday at Yankee Stadium, Yankee game. A toddler was hit in the face. A little girl was hit in the face with a foul ball that was traveling, I believe, 105 miles an hour.
Damn.
Yes. Stopped play. This injury was bad enough that some of the players on the field came to tears. Yeah. And, I mean, honestly, my first question is, the first thing I was just thinking about was just like, why would you bring a toddler to sit on the front row on the third base line? No, it's dangerous. I mean, honestly, whenever I sit in those type of situations, I'm constantly telling myself, like, look, yeah, you might be in here, you might be about 4 or 5 beers in, but let's pay attention because you don't want to end up on 11 o'clock news. I mean, and that's me as a grown woman, like an adult. I've never, ever been a big fan of people bringing their infants and their toddlers to sit in these dangerous, sections of the baseball stadiums.
Yeah. You'll see highlights sometimes where, like, or more likely on YouTube, like funny clips of people like just barely blocking a ball from hitting someone. But I mean, those are people that get lucky.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that toddler wasn't.
And apparently, the Yankee Stadium has problems with this because this was the 3rd time that this has happened at Yankee Stadium alone.
Wow. One of the newer stadiums that's supposed to be.
Absolutely. And then 2 days later, let's jump on our imaginary plane and go to Kansas City. Another woman was hit in the mouth. She's sitting first base side with a foul ball. This crazy woman, I don't know, she might have been a little dizzy because she refused treatment. I mean, you ain't going.
That's a fan.
Right? I mean, she took a ball to the face. No pun intended.
Probably not the first time.
Right? I was gonna say, see, God damn. No pun intended. But yeah, she took a ball to the face and refused treatment. And when these things went down, I'm like, damn, what is going on with the safety net issue? So I had to look into this. Okay, so there are 30 teams in Major League Baseball, right? Out of the 30 teams, only 10 teams have expanded their safety netting beyond league recommendations.
What's the league recommendation?
I believe it's like the, what do you call that? The backstop?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the backstop, and maybe just a little bit beyond that. The Orioles. I don't even think the Orioles have expanded. Yeah, I'm thinking the Orioles is one of the 20 teams that haven't adhered to this situation. And it's crazy to me because this is something that happens like every year and apparently is like on the rise because from all the hitting that's been going on, and we'll get into that in a minute. It's the year of the home run, but I just think that it's just baffling to me that more teams haven't invested in more, expanding the netting area.
And Major League Baseball has tried to address this.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the obvious, the backstop, they did put the recommendation, I think probably even back in the 90s or maybe like in the last 10 years, to put the protective netting that kind of like has a roof behind home plate for any foul balls that pop up back there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know if it's the 10 teams or every team has it extending to the baseline, up to the bases. Part of me is like, they are taking precautions. Then the other part of me is, on that ticket it says, at your own risk.
That's what I also wanted to get into. Now, there is a quote-unquote baseball rule where it is stated that the spectators accept the risk of being hit by an object during the game. Yep. That's why, I say all the time, like, I don't understand why people bring their infants and their toddlers to sit in these situations. Because they tell you coming in, you could take a ball to the face. And speaking of ball to the face, we got another comment. What is this? Angie. Angie said, that's why we sit in club level. I don't want any unwanted balls in my face. Girl, I'm hanging up.
My mom is watching.
I am mine.
And I'm the one that made that joke. Sorry, Mom.
Speaking of mom, what's up, Miss Marsha? She just chimed in. Tyra says, right, Mark. So, yeah, so, I really hope in the research I found that due to the variety, the difference in structure of all of the stadiums, so pretty much like there's different structure, material, and everything for each stadium. They're trying to say that it's, for some organizations, it might be too expensive to invest in this netting, which I think is complete bullshit. Because let me tell you this, if people keep getting hit, can you imagine getting hit in the mouth?
No.
Like, when I read this about this little girl, it hurt me to my heart. Like, I was just like, when does this start to take an effect on the fans?
Especially for a child. For an adult,
yeah,
you should pay attention.
Yeah.
But for a child, that, like you said, don't sit in dangerous areas. Don't sit behind the baseline.
Yeah.
Don't sit in left field, because that's where all the home runs are going to go.
Right. And you know what? Like, honestly, the league needs to invest in this because there's a new trend with the construction of these stadiums. It's all about fan experience. And what better way to optimize the fan experience? Put them closer to the players. So as a result, over the years, the distance between the dugouts and the players have been shrinking.
Really?
Yes. The distance between that girl in Kansas City that got hit in the face in the dugout was less than 30 feet.
Wow.
Right. And, of course, I'm going to like Oriole Park better than Nationals Stadium. But this is one of my biggest things about National Stadium. It's like you sitting right up on top of the diamond. It's like you literally like right there. We got another comment?
No, I was just looking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, you know, that's part. If you're going to optimize that fan experience, if you're really thinking about the fan, invest in extending that net area.
Like you said, too, the differences in ballparks. That's one of the amazing things about Major League Baseball is, you know, for every NFL stadium, the field is 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
For every hockey arena, the ice rinks are exactly the same. But baseball, every stadium is different. Some of them might have a much larger outfield. Wrigley, I think, has the shortest outfield. But at the center of it, there's always going to be that diamond, and it shouldn't take too much to 25 foot tall net.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you.
To third base, to first base, just maybe stop it there, maybe extend it a little bit past that, but take the precautions.
Yeah, absolutely. And since we're talking about, hitting and foul balls, a couple of weeks ago, we kind of touched on a little bit about how, this year in Major League Baseball, it's the year of the home run. And I kind of want to bring that back because last week, Major League, they broke the single season home run record. And that was done by, I don't know, who it was somebody from Kansas City that hit the home run. It might have been Eric Hosmer.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. Nope. Let me scratch that. Alex Gordon. Alex Gordon hit the home run. Number 5,694. You guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue this home run talk, and Mark and I are going to give you our ideal matchups for the AL and the NL Championship Series. Just a bit outside.
Check out this flashback from Talk Lately with Monty only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What's going on with you?
All is well. I was just talking. I heard you talking about the climate and everything. So what do you think is like signs of the times?
Yeah, it could be.
No, it's not signs. I don't believe God is a woman. She ain't coming back no time soon. She's taking her time.
I like your thinking. She's a woman.
Say it again.
I said I like your thinking. She's a woman. She's smart.
Yeah, she's a woman. Women will take their time. The thing is, you shouldn't be ready for God to come back. You should just get yourself ready. Period.
True. Be prepared.
Always.
I gotta make sure I go buy a boat this weekend then, because these floods ain't no joke.
Buy a boat.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna flood the city. If it do flood the city, maybe it wash away some of this crime.
But look, I live in Federal Hill. I live right next to the water. I'm next.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. You be next. You buy your boat. Federal Hill need to go down anyway. Trailer trash down. It's been down there for years. I don't understand why black people will move to Federal Hill. That's where they was hanging people at.
'Cause it's better. What?
Hello?
Yeah, I gotta go to break. I thank you for your call, though.
Don't thank me. Thank them white people you live next door to.
I will, as soon as I get home, to make sure she swept up front, because I'm on it.
Perfect. You better hope they ain't got no damn rope in their backyard, because they hanging us.
Oh, gosh. In Federal Hill? We don't have no trees.
They're going to hang you from the porch. There ain't got to be no trees.
A porch? All right. Thank you. Damn, they hanging us. We'll be right back.
All this and much more every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Talk Lately with Monty. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.com. Sports.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys. You know, when you cover sports, the one of the most awesome things is that shit is happening like all the time. And you know, how awesome is this? We're sitting up here talking about the year of the home run, and we now have some breaking news. Mark, give it to us.
The gentleman who won the All-Star Break Home Run Derby, which I picked over someone else, hit his 49th and 50th home runs, which passes Mark McGwire's record for rookie home runs hit by a rookie in their rookie season. And it's funny because during the break we were sitting here talking about it, and Angie, Defense Diva, she put it up on the thread too. So
she's on it.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, she's on it when it comes to the home team. And, you know, that kind of gives us a good little segue into the next thing I wanted to talk about. All of the home runs going down. Okay, so now we just spoke about the league breaking the single season record. Now we have Aaron Judge breaking the rookie home run record. And, you know, he shouted out his guy. I'm going to give a shout out to my guy, Cody Bellinger of the Los Angeles Dodgers, breaking Frank Robinson's rookie NL home run record. So he did that with his 39th home run. So I want to shout out Cody Bellinger as well. And awesome. And Mark, honestly, like, how awesome is it that we are witnessing two of the three biggest home run seasons for rookies in Major League history? I mean, this is, to me, this is like huge.
In the same year, which is just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that, Trout and Harper came in at the same time, didn't they?
I think so.
Or did Trout come 1 year before?
They might have been the same year.
I think they were in the same year as well. I mean, as
I'm
much...
old.
Yeah, I know, right? As much burn as those two guys got, and all of the aspirations and everything that, you know, they've been talking about, the talent that is yet to come with these guys. I mean, you know, Bellinger and Aaron Judge, they have just been phenomenal this year. And if this is what's to come from future rookies, I mean, this is just going to be great for baseball.
I hate to say this, I really do, and I hate to make the comparison, but we have Bellinger and we have Judge bringing this home run excitement, and it kind of reminds me of what was it, '98 when Sosa and McGwire were back.
Oh yeah, even though they was all juiced up.
Well, exactly. I mean, everyone is excited. I remember when McGwire tied the record. I was in a mall, and like Lids or one of those other sports stores. They had the games going on, and everyone just stopped.
Oh yeah,
and watched McGwire.
Yeah,
tied the record. Didn't even break it. Was tying the record.
Right.
And everyone was just so tuned in. So I hope Bellinger and Judge are doing things the right way. Because I don't want 5 years from now for that to be tainted.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it might be changing with the younger players.
Yes.
I feel like they have a little more integrity. You know? And then honestly, with all the people that's getting popped, like, I don't know if they really want to have their legacy tarnished by something like that. Because, I mean, when you talk about McGwire and Sosa, and yes, That was one of the most awesome times in Major League Baseball history. It's always going to have that asterisk there. You know,
and baseball needed that season because they came off not too long after the strike.
Yes. So let's keep the baseball talk going. I promised you guys that Mark and I would give our dream matchups for league championships. I want to start with the AL, with the American League.
Okay.
Who would you like to see matched up in the ALCS?
I hate to say it, but I think Boston with Cleveland.
Woo! Okay. So you've really been intrigued by everything that Cleveland's been doing down the stretch. I mean, hard not to
find people that aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, even though that win streak ended, they're still
They picked right back up where they left off. Have they lost another game? I don't think so.
Like 2 out of the last 6 or 7.
Oh, really? Okay.
They lost one to the Angels and one to KC, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the AL matchup, I kind of went in a completely different direction. The AL matchup that I am most interested in, that I would love to see, I want to see the Astros versus the Yankees. You know, I want to see the awesome pitching versus the mighty bats. You know, the addition of Justin Verlander to Houston's rotation has paid huge dividends. 2 months ago, I was ready to write Justin Verlander off. I think he might even been a who's not for me.
And
like
even
when
the Astros, because the Astros, they were right there behind the Dodgers for a while, but then they just started slacking off. And when they got Verlander, Jesus, they just they're right there again.
Yeah, and it's amazing how just one person can just, make the whole team turn a corner, turn a page. And, I think another intriguing aspect of this matchup would be 2 potential AL MVPs squaring off. You got Aaron Judge, who, and we'll get all into this next week. We're going to give our season-ending picks. But Aaron Judge versus Jose Altuve. I would love to see that. Hey, you guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to give you the NL matchups, and we're going to do the real on wrestling. Brother.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice Products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia, or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice Products today.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. And we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BigExposedRadio.com.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
This is the reality
Yes.
of the world that we're living in. A lot of young people don't have the information that is necessary to have healthy lives. And a lot of the organizations that are geared towards young people don't have individuals that are going to be as honest as this gentleman.
One of the issues that I have with this quote unquote Christian nation that we live in is
It's
that
not just the Christians, it's all of them.
religion allows you to live in denial, but the world does not live in denial. So who are you helping with your... All right, I'm going to stop.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just A Bit Outside on BeExposedRadio.com. Last week of the season in MLB, and Orioles get the night off. Like, that must be nice. I mean, baseball is the kind of thing where they play like 15 days in a row, but they get a day off the last week.
They about to have a whole lot of time off.
That's the thing about baseball too. It's 162 games plus the playoffs. They get like 2 months off. Then they got like off-season training. February they'll be back there in Florida. You know, there's no off-season for baseball.
Right.
But we do have Monday Night Football going on right now. It's Cardinals against the Cowboys, and Cardinals as the first quarter's winding down. Cards are up 7-0 on Dallas.
So it's looking like the upsets are going to continue. We'll get to that in a second, though. But let's go back to the NLCS really quickly. We're going to give you who we'd like to see in the National League Championship Series. Mark, take it away. I hope we say the same. I think we're going to say this. No,
I don't think
we're
so.
not.
I
We
don't think
aren't.
so. Because I'm going to go just a bit outside.
It's going to be the Diamondbacks and somebody. The Rockies.
It's so hard. I don't think the Rockies are going to make it.
I don't think
They're in control of that second wild card right
Yeah.
now. But, I mean, earlier in the day they weren't. So
Mhm.
I see that second wild card spot just flip-flopping even with a week left. But the Diamondbacks have been on a tear. And even ESPN posted something about could they be the ones to unseat Dodgers. Which, as a kid, everyone loved the Dodgers. You watch Chips. Tommy Lasorda was on Chips. Tommy Lasorda was everywhere back in the 80s.
Right.
And they were like America's team. And the last, I don't know, 5 seasons or so, it's like they're the best team in the league, and they still don't even make the World Series.
I'm about to say, until they get to the playoffs.
And I see it happening again. Whether the Diamondbacks are the ones to unseat them or someone else, I don't know. But I do have Diamondbacks. And I'm going to go just a bit outside on the other side. They started the season like crap. But the defending champions, Chicago Cubs, they have been on a tear. They could clinch the division in St. Louis, which is like one of their biggest rivalries.
Okay.
And
that is a bold prediction.
They don't have as many wins. I think as far as the division leaders in the NL, they have the least wins. But they have been looking damn good. And if they can keep that momentum through 3 series, they'll be there.
Cool. Really quickly, I'm going to give mine. Shouldn't be too hard to figure it out. I like the Dodgers and the Nationals. There's so many intriguing matchups and aspects to this would-be series. I mean, you got Kershaw versus Scherzer. You got Harper versus Bellinger. You got beards going on both sides, plenty of swag on both sides. And, it's another good, too. Pitching versus batting matchup. I mean, the Dodgers are the shit when it comes to pitching. I mean, honestly, they have the second lowest ERA in the major league. They already have the lowest batting average against in the major league. And the Washington Nationals, they have the third best batting average and the third best slugging percentage. And they're tied for third in runs. So, you got the swift arm versus the mighty bat. I mean, to me, that's what I think is the most intriguing.
Yeah. If I was a betting man, if I was putting money, I'd probably put that down.
Mm-hmm.
But, in an effort to go just a bit outside and really examine stuff, that's what I'm going to go with as far as mine. But it's hard not to bet against those two teams.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a little bit of excitement on that NL wild card over this last 6 games. I think it's going to shake it up. I feel like the AL and the NL kind of switched positions, because at first it was like the AL, that was going to be down to the last game. It was like a nail biter, but now it looks like the Twins are running away with that.
Yeah.
And like you said, you think the Rockies are going to lose that second spot.
Yeah, the team behind them is I think the Twins at 2 games back, and then someone else at 2.5 back. So it's gonna be tight.
Or Brewers.
Yeah, Brewers.
Yeah, okay, Brewers. Yeah. All right, so let's kind of shift gears really quickly, and I want to give a few minutes to the WNBA. The championship kicked off yesterday, and in NBA fashion, we have a rematch of last year's championship between the LA Sparks and the Minnesota Lynx, which I think is pretty cool. And I also think, unlike the NBA, this series is actually going to be interesting.
Well, the playoffs were interesting, so that's a step above the NBA already.
Right. I mean, these girls balled out yesterday. We had a game that went down to the final seconds. We had a game winner with the Sparks coming out on top, 85-84, out there at Williams Arena in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Say that 5 times fast. Christ. But we had a hero, Chelsea Gray of the LA Sparks, career high, 27 points. Also hit the game-winning shot. Who do you think's going to win this series, Mark?
I think LA.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I can say we agree on that. And
now, remind me, WNBA, how many games is the championship series?
I believe it's 7
Is it?
Or is it 5?
I thought there was
No, I'm sorry. It's 5.
Okay.
It is 5.
Okay.
Yes, it's 5. I got the LA Sparks in 5. I think it's going to go the distance. The reason why I think LA is going to win, they just seem like they're so much more focused than the Minnesota Lynx. Now, I told you guys the end result was 85-84. Don't let the final score fool you. LA came out ready to whoop ass. They started the game with a 12-0 run.
Damn.
At the end of the first quarter, it was 28-2, yo. Yes, 28-2 at the end of the first quarter. And this is where I have to shout out the Minnesota Lynx, because, you know, you thinking 28-2 in the first quarter, you're going to give up. And they came all the way back and took the lead. 84-83 with 6 seconds left. Like, yo, I know if you was out there watching that game, You might have needed the EMT sitting next to you because, I mean, that was like a heart attack game. I mean, that was just amazing.
And at the half, they went back down by 10, 43-33.
Man, I just think that this just works all the way around for the WNBA. I mean, we talked about this before. People like to see the repeat matchups. I mean, we talked about it with Golden State and Cleveland. I'm not a big fan of it, but everybody else is. So, you know, and then this first game being so dramatic, I just think it's great for the WNBA.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just hope they can get some primetime play.
Yeah.
Get them.
Yeah, you know.
Center.
I mean, I guess I kind of understand. Maybe they don't want to compete with primetime Sunday Night Football because that is a very large market. But another thing that I wanted to touch on really quickly, and maybe we can get into this a little bit more next week. At the forefront of this championship, there's an underlying story, and it's about the salaries for the players of the WNBA. And we talked about this too as well previously. They really don't get paid as much.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people have been calling attention to the fact that they should be getting paid more. I mean, the league is expanding. Popularity has been exponentially growing for the past couple of seasons. It's about time that you let go a little bit of that cheese and, you know, pay these ladies. And we'll see how that develops in the off season after the championship series. Let's keep it moving. One of our favorite segments of the week, The Real on Wrestling with Mark Foster. Ooh, yeah.
Dig it. WWE, they had their No Mercy pay-per-view last night.
Okay.
One of the brand only is Raw brand pay-per-view. The matches are actually pretty decent. They had a insane 5-way match for the women's championship that the women delivered. The women are always delivering lately.
Girl power.
You got Sasha Banks, who's one of my personal favorites. Bailey, Nia Jax. The champion is Alexa Bliss. And they just put on a show that just, 10, 20 years ago, they were just relegated to minor matches. And now these girls are main eventing shows. They've closed off pay-per-views, and it was just another great match put on by the ladies that deserve all the accolades that they get.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa Bliss walked in champion. She walked out champion. The main event was Brock Lesnar. He's the Universal Champion. He defended against Braun Strowman, who's the monster among men. Is his moniker. And dude is actually bigger than Brock. He's stronger than Brock. And he manhandled Brock, but they're making Brock look weaker as a champion now. Not necessarily they want to make him look bad, but they need to know that he has competition. And
is he getting ready to go back to UFC?
I haven't heard anything more on that.
I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
It could be. Even if he doesn't, there's talk that he's not going to re-up his deal with WWE, which comes up in April.
Mm-hmm.
But Brock, he came from behind, I guess, and won the match. He F5'd the hell out of Braun. I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times.
Really?
Finally was able to put him away.
Yikes!
And that does good for Braun because he's a newer guy, but it makes him look strong.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most talked angles that happened last night, John Cena fought Roman Reigns. They're both baby faces, good guys. But they get a lot of heat from the fans who kind of hate having them pushed. Roman Reigns picks up the win over the veteran Cena. But after the match, Roman Reigns leaves the ring and Cena's just kind of sitting in the ring. And it gets quiet. And then the fans start chanting, "Thank you, Cena, thank you, Cena." And he leaves the ring and he takes off one of his armbands and gives it to a kid.
Nice. Nice.
And he was talking to the kid. Right now is a Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and WWE's been participating with a lot of that. From understand, this was a Make-A-Wish kid that Cena had met with earlier in the night, so he gave him a special message. But a lot of people are talking that was this Cena's last match. I don't see it happening because it's No Mercy. Like if it was WrestleMania, I'd understand that. But the way he left the ring was very reminiscent of like when Undertaker left last WrestleMania. A lot of people think it's seen it done. Like I said, he'll be back, but that's where they're leaving it now. He won't be on TV for a while.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to think about wrestling without John Cena.
Yeah, he's been going since 2002.
I was going to say, I feel like he's been around forever.
Oh yeah,
forever. Is there anything else going on? And hey, we got Shogun next week, don't we?
Oh damn.
Do we?
Damn, yeah. That just reminded me, I gotta get a childcare.
Right. Hey, shout out to the folks at Shogun for the media passes. We're gonna be back at it in the Octagon, and you know, this will be our second rodeo, so we know everything now. So looking forward to hopefully getting some interviews and some more awesome pictures, and see some good fights.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. If there was anything like last time, it was a blast.
Yeah, we had a ball out that joint, and maybe this time we'll have to add Howard to the mix if we can.
Maybe,
because he was a big Shogun, and he was there at the first one.
Really?
Yeah, when I went to get beer.
Adult beverage,
right. Yeah, he was in the concession lines, and we got to chop it up, and we took pictures and whatnot. So, you know, we'll see what we can do about that, because he's a big Shogun fan as well. You guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the trade of the summer. Mellow to the Thunder. Hell yeah!
That's the trade of the summer. Kyrie.
Oh man. Alright. Just a bit outside.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. So how important is it for you to have an organization like that and having a child of your own? How does that influence your ability to do the Impact organization?
It influences a lot. It's a little bit challenging because a lot of times people will say, oh, like, you have to practice what you preach, right? So if I'm telling my daughter and I'm raising her under the Impact principles and I'm telling other mothers to do this, I have to do the same thing with my child, which is kind of testy a little bit, but I see a lot of development with her. Her leadership, she's only 4. And when I say she has some awesome leadership qualifications, I mean awesome. It's little things that we can observe with our kids, right?
Right.
For instance, when we take them to the park, she brings out a toy, and other people wants to play with them. But she's the only child, by the way. She's not going to say, no, you can't play. Only play with this person. She takes the leader in the upper road and be like, okay, well, let's all take turns. So everybody get in the line. Okay, now you go first. Okay, now you go first. And she makes herself last. And that's what I want to see, that's what I would like to see in all kids. And she's only 4. And when I see those leadership qualifications, of course I have to praise her. Because I'm like, awesome, London, you're being a really good leader. So, it's amazing, and it works. I mean, it really works, my child. And I'm not saying she's a perfect child, because there's no such thing as a perfect child. But when you instill Impact principles into your child, and, especially at a young age, and influence their everyday life. Even her teachers are telling me, like, I can see the work that you're doing with her for a single mom. Thank you. Like, they're just thanking me. And that's a blessing as well.
And I think really what it is that our youth just needs that kind of guidance. That's it. Once they have an example, someone that they can follow, or someone that they see doing something great, or maybe doing something similar, that right there is a catalyst for their success.
Yep, absolutely. And, it also goes with the mom as well. The mom and the dad.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys. Just a little update on Monday Night Football. I believe the score is still 7-0 Arizona in the second quarter.
Yep.
Is that a little extra applause for us? But yeah, let's jump into the NBA. I want to talk about the Melo trade.
The Melo trade.
The Melo trade. Okay. So, Carmelo made the decision to leave New York Knicks and join up with my boo thing, Russell Westbrook.
So excited she can't even say it right.
He just gets flustered. Oh my God. I seriously hate Eric right now. Russell Westbrook and Paul George. So we have a really nice three-headed monster out there in Oklahoma City. What do you think? You like it?
I told Keisha during the break, when the trade was announced, I didn't even realize. I completely forgot that Paul George went to the Thunder. That changes what I had in my head. But I'll say, the Thunder, in years past, they've had the best record in the league. They look good. They had Kevin Durant and James Harden with Westbrook, and they couldn't do it then. Carmelo's a little bit over the hill by now for an NBA player. Can they do it now?
Well, okay, this is my thoughts. All right, so, as Mark said, we were discussing this offline. So, you have Russell Westbrook, you got the Roberson kid. So, I'm thinking Russell will be playing the point. Roberson would be the shooting guard. Paul George, of course, will be the small forward. Carmelo Anthony already said he's fine with playing the power forward. And then you got Steven Adams rounded it up at the 5. I think a lot of the problem last year for Oklahoma City in the postseason was, one, the defense or lack thereof, and 2, Russell Westbrook needed help. And with these 2 acquisitions, I feel like, all of that's gotten addressed.
Yeah.
Do they have the star power to compete with Golden State? Well, that remains to be seen because, I got to see what's going to happen with the bench. How are they going to shake things up? Golden State's got a hell of a bench. That's one of the reasons that make them so good.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think they got what it takes to beat Golden State next season?
Nah. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I like I said, they always do good.
Yeah.
They're one of those teams that do well and then just.
Yeah.
I think they'll get better, but they're also one of those teams that you question what the hell the front office is thinking at times, and you hope that the team president and team owner don't get in the way of what's going on the court. Because we've seen that happen with so many teams. Hell, look at the Knicks.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
They got rid of Phil Jackson. They've been
Thank Jesus.
in dire straits for a decade and a half now.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when they got rid of Isaiah Thomas back in the day, I thought they were headed towards better times, and it seemed to get worse. So I just hope that the Thunder have the front office has the wherewithal to stay out of the basketball business.
Absolutely. I agree with you. We got a couple of comments. Melody D, my fellow Who Dat, big fan. Of course, she's present because they finally won. Hey, do we have a caller?
Hello?
Who do we have on the line? Who's this?
Hey, what up, Keish? What's up, Mark? It's Jimmy.
Hey, y'all, we got James on the line. What's up, bro?
Hey, I was calling about the OKC and Melo thing.
Yeah, we talking about it right now. You knew he was.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all?
Mark,
Ain't a whole lot.
hey man, how's the recovery coming along?
It's going good. Thanks for coming in when I was out.
Yeah, no
So what are your
problem, man.
thoughts on
So,
Melo?
well, of course, we have Golden State out west holding things down, of course. But I think with Carmelo and Paul George, that's crazy now. That's like almost an ideal lineup, really, because you have Roberson and the crazy dude with the mustache.
Steven Adams at the 5.
Steven Adams, that's my
Melo
boy. I
at the
love
4.
him. Steven Adams. You have Roberson and Steven Adams, and they're like defensive players. Adams is like the quintessential center. He just grabs rebounds, blocks. That's all he wants. He might give you 10 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Roberson, he's just a defensive player. So now you have Paul George and Carmelo, and they bring so much more firepower for them. And that was the problem that the Thunder had last year. Something that Russell Westbrook really lacked. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, get out of my head. You just like echoed everything. And then furthermore, we just heard from James Jr. We have James Sr. Chiming in as well. And clearly we are an OKC family because my father says Russell, George, and Carmelo are going to beat the hell out of Golden State. I hear
that's
that,
what he
Pop.
said.
Yeah, that's what he said. Hey, Eric, let me get them shots fired, yo, from Pops. We had to double barrel that for you, Dad. Thanks a lot, man. We really appreciate that.
I guess I won't be invited to the Alexander household for dinner.
I totally, Jimmy, I totally agree with you, man. I mean, I think that starting 5 can give Golden State a run for the money. I think they
can give them a run for their money, but Golden State, they're the champions. They are the ones to beat. That's who everybody's aiming for. But I don't know. Right now, I don't see anybody beating them for a while. But that is definitely a formidable lineup now out west.
It definitely bolsters them.
And you guys. I don't want to, change any, topics for you guys or anything, but you have the Rockets too that are looking crazy. I mean, the NBA is just crazy.
In Minnesota,
right
they made a couple of moves too.
Yeah. Minnesota, they have Jimmy Butler now.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think we're really in store for an exciting NBA season.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really fun NBA season. I can't wait.
Yeah, I hope so, 'cause last season sucked.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
Hey man, thanks a lot for calling, man. Appreciate you. Love you, yo.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have fun, man. And good night. And Mark, speedy recovery, Mark.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, man.
Peace, guys. Love you guys. Peace.
All right. Man, we got 2 callers tonight. I'm like pumped. All right, so that's our NBA talk. Let's get into it with the NFL. Man, this weekend was seriously crazy. Let me just first say that I'm going to gloat a little bit. We have a pick'em league with my game day folks. I see a lot of them are tuned in right now. Let me shout them out. I'm going to shout out Melody D. Again, my who dat. I got Drew, that's who. Even though I seriously hate you right now, Drew. But, we'll talk about that later. And we have my girl, Danetta, Aries Fire. She's watching as well. Appreciate you, baby. But yeah, back to the NFL. This was a crazy weekend. I was in first place in my pick'em league. Okay? I had a nice little lead over like 25 people.
Now wait, games happened this weekend? Because they sure talked a lot of NFL this weekend. I didn't realize games happened.
Listen. It was a masterpiece of minimalism going down in the NFL. Okay? Out of, I think, the 13 games that were played, 10 underdogs won. 10 underdogs. Right. Melody D, she says, I was dead last in Pick'em. And now I think she done moved up a few spots because she actually did pretty well. The New Orleans Saints, it hurts. I gotta fix my mouth to shout them out because let me get my mouth right. The New Orleans Saints beat the Carolina Panthers. Give them their props. Gotta give, right, slow clap. Okay, because the last time they won was in 2016. I just want to throw that out there. Yeah. And they pop, they whooping and all that shit on the thread, man. The hell with y'all. But yeah, shout out to New Orleans Saints, and I definitely have to shout out the Chicago Bears, because seriously, nobody saw that coming at all. You know, and for a lot of us Ravens fans who are, you know, always watching the AFC North, was watching this game and was just completely blown away. And it was a great game. That joint went to overtime and everything.
I got to check with a friend of mine. Known her forever, Tracy. Her husband is a diehard Bears fan. And I got to ask her if he even saw that coming, because the Bears...
I doubt it.
The Bears have been playing like the Bengals lately. They have not looked good.
We have another comment from Drew Dad too. He says Carolina doesn't score any points, and I'm gonna have to agree with him on that. Over the first three games, I'm not sure if they scored more than like 12, 15 points. I don't think they broke that threshold.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and
is it too late to change my pick for that division?
Right. But you know what though? That's alarming, because the Saints are not known for their defense.
Now that they're not paying people for
it. But, you know, and I don't know what's going on out there with my man Cam and his squad. I haven't been able to watch one of their games, so I can't give my expert analysis on that. But he's asking, why does that happen in the league? Teams are very up and down. You know, I've been trying to figure that out too, because I mean, even though we only have a small sample set and we're only in the first 3 weeks, there really isn't any rhyme or reason to that. Drew wants to know, is it a good thing? I think it's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, I keep going back to this Pittsburgh Chicago game. Chicago looked like crap week 2.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it looked like crap week 1, 2. You know what I mean? And Cincinnati was not looking good the first 2 weeks, but they gave him a good show.
They did.
They gave him a good show yesterday. So, you know, I actually like the inconsistencies. I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is that's causing the inconsistencies, because there really haven't been any major injuries yet.
Yeah, exactly. Injuries are usually something that happens throughout the season, and that's why some teams go up and down. But it's week 3, and there have been, as Ravens fans know, terrible injuries already in the first couple weeks. The salary cap, that's one of the reasons, was to bring parity, and I think this is one of the big
benefits, the dividends of it.
Absolutely. Every team is paying the same amount, or up to the same amount. Some teams are stingy still. But yeah, there's parity in the league, and it's a good thing.
I think that's a pretty good point, Drew. I hope you like that, because I think that's actually a really logical statement. I mean, you know, having that parity creates a level playing field.
Absolutely.
Across the league. And, you know, if the first 3 weeks are any indication of what this season is going to be like, buckle up, y'all, because I mean, honestly, you know, like last week you had Miami upsetting somebody, and then this week you got the Jets upsetting them. Like,
who the Patriots play? Texans?
Yeah, and they barely squeaked out that win.
Was that an OT?
No, that one did not go into OT, but it did go down to like the final couple of seconds.
Yeah.
So,
now, a little bit ago we were talking about the Bears, and I mentioned my friend. She actually just text messaged me. She said her husband actually did not see that come in. Expected the Bears to be 0-3.
I mean, well, I believe everybody in my Pick'em League, which is comprised of about 25, 26 people, I believe everybody took Pittsburgh.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, I actually liked it. And another game, what was the other one that I almost had? I had picked the Cleveland Browns to beat the Indianapolis Colts, and they only lost by 3.
They did.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Colts are kind of spiraling right now, even though they beat the Browns yesterday. See, there we go. Melody D with another great comment, or should I say question. And I guess we can leave this out here to our outsiders as well. Who shocked the world more? Who got shocked worse? Excuse me. The Ravens or the Raiders?
That's a tough one.
I don't think it's a tough one. No, I'm not. It ain't a tough one for me. I think it's the Ravens.
Yeah, because of that just
the magnitude of the ass whipping. No, the magnitude of the ass whipping.
Let me throw this out there, okay? I did a little figuring shortly after the game was over. Actually, it was during the fourth quarter when they started putting in the backups and everything. Both teams did.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 games, we won a shutout.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't allow Cincinnati to score. The second game, defense allowed 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
So through 2 games, defense average 5 points allowed. After yesterday's game, the defense average per game allowance 18 points.
Yeah.
It went
damn
from
near
5
double.
to 18.
Oh, triple.
Almost
quadruple. Yeah. And not trying to give our guys any excuses or anything. Them traveling across the pond and going over there to London, I think that played a major factor. I mean, there was even at one point one of the commentators said, I mean, it looks like the Ravens are sleepwalking out there. And I don't think anybody really expected us to not score any points. Which brings me to another point I want to make and question that I want to throw to the outsiders as well as Ravens Nation. We had Joe Flacco doing it for what was it, 2.5 quarters, almost 3 quarters, and couldn't score any points. But Ryan Mallett, who I don't even think is our second best quarterback, because I think it's Josh Woodrum. I say that to you all the time.
He's on the practice squad, though.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? I don't even think that's our next best option, is the point that I'm trying to make. Ryan Mallett came in very next drive, 12-play drive, resulting in a touchdown. So where I can say a lot of that had, all right. A lot of that had to do with the travel. And since I'm talking about the damn travel, let me address Drew's comment. LOL, both teams traveled. Stop it. No, let me tell you something. And I got stats on this too. You know I'm all about stats. There is a reason why the Jacksonville Jaguars have won all 4 of their last games in London. It is because they have been doing this every year. They're already used to it. You know what I mean? There is a reason why the Jacksonville Jaguars, let's not forget who we're talking about. The Jacksonville Jaguars average 30 points a game while they're playing in London. On an average game on American soil, the Jacksonville Jaguars are scraping to get 12 to 15 points.
Yeah.
Conditioning. Dog, I just can't say it enough. Conditioning. I know my stats. And the fact that, and I should have looked it up before the game, but it wasn't until midway through the second quarter. I was like, you know what? Let me look up this Jacksonville Jaguar history. As soon as I read it, I was kicking myself. Because I honestly thought, I've always gotten up for the London games. So I've watched / followed Jacksonville's past, 3-4 games. So, you know, I know that they typically do well, but I honestly thought that, you know, the Ravens would be the one to break that trend.
You said you always get up for the London games. I grew up on the West Coast. And let me tell you, I heard so many people,
my God.
I heard so many people bitching about, oh, football shouldn't happen before noon. Dude, I grew up, first game starts at like 10.
Yeah.
Monday night football, Sunday night football ends by like 8:30. You still got so much time to go out and have some fun. I love that kind of schedule. If I could go back, I would do that in a heartbeat. Because when Monday night football gets out at like 12:30, I'm done. I take that schedule any day. But
yeah.
We were talking about the Ravens in London, and I just wanted to also make a point. I was shocked when the commentators on the game said that Harbaugh had mentioned they didn't step foot on the Wembley field until the game. The day before, they didn't get a walkthrough. They all did it at a practice facility. You know, you don't want to give the team excuses, but here they are playing in a new city, 5 hours ahead of our time or whatever, and they should have been afforded that at least a couple hour walkthrough just to get used to the field.
And I think they arrived to London a little bit late in the game, too. I don't think they got there till like Thursday night.
They went on Thursday, which I was thinking, dude, go there on Tuesday.
I didn't think that was right. Yeah. I mean, I just went to Hong Kong in April. You know, my first 2 days there, I mean, I was literally like a zombie walking through the streets of Hong Kong. So, I mean, I can only imagine what it's like to get up and work, I mean, and play a football game off the strength of that jet lag and time change, man. I mean, I just don't think people realize how much of a factor. Oh, Angie said that they got there Friday morning, which is, you know, even worse.
Well, when you leave Thursday, it's going to be Friday there.
Yeah, I mean, flight kicks your ass, time change kicks your ass. We have another comment on the NFL. This comes from Faith Underwood, another one of my game damers. What's up, game dayers? She wants to know, do we think the Broncos will get rid of their QB? Now, this is a great question, Faith, because, you know, Mark, this is our Bronco guy.
No.
And why do you think no?
I'm actually not even that big of a Trevor Siemian fan.
I'm not either, at all.
But who's that other kid they got? He's injured. He's not going to be back for a little while.
And they just got Brock Osweiler back, right?
Yeah.
And what's up with that? Why?
Their second guy was injured, and they needed someone to fill that role. And Brock wasn't doing anything since he left the Broncos, so he's just another notch on that Cleveland Browns checklist of quarterbacks that tried there and failed. He had that short run in Texas, which, don't get me wrong, Brock went to Texas, and he didn't do that well. And then he went to the Cleveland Browns via trade. So the Browns are responsible for that contract, and even though he's with the Broncos now, he's still getting paid by the Browns. His Broncos contract was like league minimum, and he's getting what, $15 million from the Browns. Brock's looking like a smart guy right now.
Yeah, with very little effort on his part. Let's circle the conversation back to the Washington Redskins and the Oakland Raiders. Mark, what happened out there last night?
The Raiders lost. We were just talking about me being a Broncos fan. That's the sweetest thing of the week. If the Ravens can't win and the Broncos can't win, the Raiders losing is like the best news ever. And it'll just be followed up when the Cowboys lose tonight, because screw the Cowboys too. No.
Do you think it was the Josh Norman effect?
It very well could have been. It's interesting too, because preseason, like, the Raiders seem like the team to look at, and they did not. Just like everyone else in the league this week, they just didn't show up.
Yo, Derek Carr is the quarterback of my fantasy team. Okay, so you know I am highly pissed off right now.
You should have seen the stone look on her face just now. When she said
Yeah,
that.
like seriously. And another thing that I noticed last night when I was watching the game. Yes, Drew, I agree with you. It was a great win for the Redskins because, I mean, a lot of people, myself included, feel like, you know, the Raiders are in position to be the team to challenge the Patriots in the AFC. But back to the Raiders and their wide receivers. What is that? Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
That dude dropped hella passes yesterday. And from what I understand, he does that a lot. And Michael Crabtree, who is my wide receiver. Stoneface again. He dropped a couple of passes too. So, you know, I don't know if I can really put it all on the Josh Norman effect and the Redskins defense. I really felt like the passing game just really was not there yesterday. Either they weren't on the same page. Faith says no offensive line. Quarterback was sacked. Yeah. That's another thing. And I felt like the offensive line fell through for the Ravens as well.
Oh, definitely.
I personally hated seeing the Deadskins win. Next to the Ravens, this is Angie. Next to the Ravens, I think the Raiders were too confident and underestimated the Deadskins. You guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to give our last updates and we're going to wrap this show up. Hey, thanks for tuning in for the NFL conversation. Y'all is shit, man. This was awesome. Don't go nowhere.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. Yeah, you know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry's show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn because I'm gonna make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have Nots to be like 5% shorter each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to kick this up. I'm sorry. I love the Have and the Have Nots, and I continue to watch it in its 5th season. But I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back, and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
They just want to get the point across.
It's not but you don't get the point for 4 episodes. It's too much. So, now according to ET Online reports, Tyler Perry has a pre-cut and dried response to, a pretty cut and dry response to the rumors about him and Oprah.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside on Be Exposed Radio. It is the final stretch, the home stretch, the end of the show. And as my first show back after the surgery, damn, I forgot how fast it goes.
Yeah. We have a good time.
Those comments.
We got an update on the score?
Halftime. And Cowboys tied it up, 7-7.
All right, Freaky Zeke. He's on a comeback. Let's go, baby. Just a couple of last-minute comments. Everybody's saying that the Redskins were hungry for a win, that they really needed it. Starting off 0-3 would not be a good look. I agree with both of you, Andrew and Angela. Good points. Man, I think that's pretty much it. Did we touch up on everything? Yeah. All right. Well, we always like to end our show on a good note. We have what we like to call feel-good stories. I have one, and Mark has one as well. So, Mark, I'll let you go first.
It's feel good in that what our Orioles players did, not so much in the reason why. But the other day, Sunday, the final Orioles home game of the year, the players on the bench, they all got up and they gave a standing ovation to J.J. Hardy as he went up to his last at-bat. And the reason they did this is because J.J. Hardy is not expected to come back to the Orioles. His contract is up, and he's probably going to get paid and go somewhere else. You would really hope that he comes back because he is a damn good player. But he got one of those ovations. The entire stadium was up there, and the video is on our Facebook page.
Yeah, check it out.
See it there. But thank you, JJ Hardy, for the past 7 years, and we hope to have more.
I'm a big JJ Hardy fan, and I appreciate you as well.
Also from Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah. Hey, Tucson's finest. You can tell that the Orioles are kind of going in a different direction now. You know, Tim Beckham is playing fantastic. You can't take that job away from that kid.
I can't believe how much I hated that trade.
I know. I wasn't even going to go there.
It looked dumb.
But shout out to the young brother Tim Beckham. You got some big shoes to fill, and I'm pretty sure you won't let me down. So, with that being said, JJ Hardy, we are definitely going to miss you in Birdland. My feel-good story is about Chris Long of the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, this right here, to me, this is huge. Chris Long donated his first 6 game checks. You only get 16 in the regular season. His first 6 games checks to fund 2 7-year all-expense paid scholarships for 2 students from his hometown of Charlottesville, Virginia. Man, I got to applaud that. Eric, I need that applause. Man, this is somebody who willingly gave up over a third of his earnings for the season to give someone a chance. Chris Long, man, straight up, I salute you. I mean, this to me might be one of the biggest things, as far as charity. I mean, I understand, J.J. Watt, raising $30 million. But for you to come up out of your pocket selflessly like that, I mean, that just speaks volumes. It really does, man. It's really awesome.
It is.
that's just about all the time that we have right now. I just want to take a few seconds to dedicate tonight's show to my uncle Ronald Cutler that I lost over the weekend. Yesterday was pretty hard for my family and I, and I talked sports with my uncle every time I saw him. He's very influential with my sports knowledge and my interest in sports. Uncle Ronald, we will miss you, man, and I love you dearly. But that's just about all the time we have for tonight. As always, Baltimore, spread love, yo. Mark, take it away.
In the words of the 35th President of the United States of America, John F. Kennedy, those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable.
Hey.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. As busy as you are, because they're good at itemizing their time, and they actually have a passion for what they do. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, I get to say this on Weird, was finding people who are not only interested in doing what you need to get done, but people who have a passion for it, because that will eliminate the idea of people